In this video here, we're going to show you a couple of the features that the reporting portion offers of the Stream101 media control panel powered by Centova. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and log in. Kind of gives you a little quick dashboard. Now this station's a live streaming station, so you're not going to see any icons that are listed for now playing tracks. That's not a feature that Centova currently supports. So you're going to see the question marks here. If I had an auto DJ station, then the auto DJ portion would automatically look up the album art and you would see it appearing here. So the focus of this video is kind of going to be checking out some of the statistical reporting features here. So first thing we're going to click on is the report tab. This kind of gives you a brief overview. As you can see, it says 48-hour overview. You're going to see your total listening minutes, your total listening hours, your average sessions. This kind of quick information that's pretty helpful for just determining, peak listenership, things like that, over the last 2-day period. And that's under your recent activity. If we move this listener tab, and while this loads a minute, you can kind of see that it's going to give you a source reporting period as last 14 days. So this is going to give you a 14-day period of information once it completes the loading. So as you'll see, your total listener minutes for the last 14 days are displayed there. Again, total listening hours, things like that. Total data transfer. Now, some places they charge you based on bandwidth, so you're going to see, this control panel isn't just limited to us. It's anybody who uses Centova. But you're going to see that 1.3 terabytes of bandwidth has been used in the last 14 days. So a lot of places offer you unlimited streaming. However, you're limited to maybe 100 gigs of bandwidth a month. As you can see from a moderate amount of listeners, we're averaging about 300 or so simultaneous listeners on this particular channel. As you can see, and that's an average. I mean, it goes up and it goes down, but you can kind of see from that we're already in 14 days, 2 weeks, about 1.3 terabytes. So keep that in mind when looking for a hosting provider. But you can also get some other information. You can let this filter, by default it's on top 10. So you can see that top 10 IP addresses are listed here. We blurred that out, so we're not giving anybody's IP away, but you'll see total listener sessions. That means how many times they've reconnected and reconnected back. So kind of your repeat customers. The other tab over here is going to be total, your top listeners by listener minutes. So how long are they tuning in? Now, you'll find out that a lot of times these IP addresses do match. And it can be one of two things. Either you have dedicated listeners, or it could also be indicative of a stream ripper. So there's always some prevention techniques that we can do for stream rippers to kind of discourage them from listening as well. And we'll go over that in another video. Moving on to user agents, this gives you information about what people are actually listening to your stream with. Again, we're limiting it to the top 10. You can see that the multiple different types of listener agents are used by total number of sessions. Again, by total number of minutes down here. This one's pretty interesting to view. As it says, it's the countries. So you're going to see total listenership by countries. Now, this station's focus is towards the United States, so it makes sense that the United States is the top on both charts. Canada coming in second on both charts again, based in the United States, so that's not all that surprising. This tracks can kind of be a little informative for what you're looking for here. You can see our peak listenership has been 537 listeners. Total tracks played 6,798. 6,978. Average song length. That just kind of gives you some basic information. And because this is a stream that is a live stream, it's not from Auto DJ. These numbers are pretty accurate, but it's not constantly polling, so it may have average length wrong, things like that. Most popular tracks by connections. this could be a fluke. It might not be a fluke. This number one track is like a station liner, so those get played fairly often. But if you look at the other songs and stuff, you can see the least popular tracks. Again, this is by disconnections. It might not necessarily be indicative of that, but it could be. So it kind of gives you some interesting statistics to work on. Top tracks by Playbacks. Again, you're going to see that a lot of these are station liners that are in the top 10 number of songs that are played back. Top tracks by airtime makes sense. We've got 2 3 hour long shows. You're going to see that they're up there a lot. And then this is where this gives you daily broadcast information. Monthly broadcast reports for who's listening, how many listeners, blah, 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 all that stuff, and a nice CSV. So you can download that, and you can see we've got historical data all the way back to March. One unique thing about Stream101 is we don't get rid of any archive data as long as you're a customer, and as long as your station's in current billing, it's going to keep all that information for as long as you're here. If we go over to the historical, again, this gives you just a little graph of your peak listenership. You can see there's a peak listener there. You can drill down. Again, we're looking at the last 14 days. You can drill down by just highlighting. Now we're getting June 4th, 5th, and 6th because that's what I highlighted through. Listener minutes, total number of minutes. Data transfer, again, at Stream101, we don't really care about this because you're given unlimited bandwidth. You're just capped at the number of total listeners. Right here is where a lot of people find helpful information. Again, this is adjusted for your time zone when you set it up. You can pick your time zone so you get this information properly. It gives you a good idea of average listeners per hour in a specific time period. So the graveyard, obviously 0 to 7 a.m., the average listeners over that for this 14-day period, so for the 2 weeks, you can kind of see that Thursdays at the morning time is going to be pretty high listenership. And then again, Fridays with the morning time, pretty good listenership as well. You can see the most popular time of day in the station. It looks like to be the morning time period. So that'd be good information for you to use for advertisers and whatnot to earn some extra money. We're going to continue going through some features in additional videos, but as always, visit Stream101.com for some affordable Shoutcast and Icecast hosting. We have a multitude of plans that can be customized for your needs, as well as web hosting for your station website as well. Thank you very much.